Who really was the man who started World War E? Who started World War E? It seems there can be no two opinions. It was Adolf Hitler. He was recognized at the Nuremberg tribunal as a war criminal. I agree that this is exactly right. Adolf Hitler decided to take over the world, started with Europe, and then went to war on the Soviet Union as well. Let's not forget it. There was one more person on Earth who can be fully considered the one who unleashed World War E. His name is not known to many people. Alfred Helmut Naujokes. This German was born in 1911 in the city of Kiel. And he was directly involved in the Second World War, from its very beginning. Moreover, a number of historians, when you ask them, who? Answer that it was Naujokes who started the war. However, Alfred should be compared to the student Gavrila Principal, who is believed to have started the First World War. But we should all realize that the shot in Sarajevo was the spark that ignited the flames. However, there were many contradictions between European states by 1914, so it was with Naujokes. He organized the appearance of the spark, and it was clear to many in Europe that Hitler would send his troops to Poland. The intellectual bandit. Such a nickname was given to Alfred in his time. As I noted, the man was born in the German city of Kiel, grew up there, went to university, but higher education did not get, dropped out. In the 30s, Naujokes was in his 20s. On the one hand, youth, full of vigor, a riot of hormones. On the other hand, there are already the rudiments of reason. A man is determined. Who he is with, what ideas he stands for, how he wants to live. In Germany at this time, the war criminal Hitler was gaining strength with his Nazi ideas. He was opposed by communists and anti-fascists. By the way, the National Socialists in Germany defeated the communists, defeated them almost completely, forced them to go underground. This is a separate topic. A lot of interesting things were happening there at that time. For the purposes of this article, it is enough for us to know that there was a confrontation. And Alfred Naujokes was involved. The guy was into boxing, liked to use physical force on the streets. He dropped out of school because he decided to give himself entirely to the struggle for National Socialism. In the course of this struggle, Alfred got acquainted with perhaps one of the most brutal Nazis, with the very real executioner Reinhard Heydrich. This SS man was in charge of the Czech territories during the Second World War. He was liquidated by saboteurs. By the way, what can we say? Like attracts like, Heydrich spotted a smart fighter. Reinhard thought Naujokes would be useful to him. And so he did. Operation Canned Food. The Germans decided to carry it out on August 31, 1939. You remember, of course, that the Second World War began on September 1 of the same year. You can guess that the reason for this was the mentioned Operation Canned. That would be a correct guess. By these dates, Naujokes was an SS Sturmbannführer. He was assigned to carry out a provocative operation in Gladschwitz, to seize a radio station. Alfred managed to do everything as planned. He commanded a sabotage group. Andrei Tikhomirov writes about it in detail in his book The German Attack on Poland. The Germans, led by Naujokes, seized a radio station, transmitted information in Polish, for the Poles, that it was necessary to revolt. To make it convincing, they left 12 corpses dressed in the clothes of Polish prisoners at the place of sabotage. During World War E, Alfred was assigned other high-profile diversions. For the most part, he was up to the task. He got away with it. The most interesting thing is yes, Alfred Naujokes was not convicted during the Nuremberg trials. In 1944, he defected to the Americans. In captivity, however, he had to be in captivity, but not for long. Already in 1946, Alfred received complete freedom. He, however, feared that he would be exposed and condemned. That didn't happen. Naujokes became bolder, began to openly conduct business activities, in which he succeeded. This Nazi was a smart, strong and brave guy. It's just a shame he fought on the side of big evil. I'm not surprised that things worked out for Naujokes in his post-war life. However, I am saddened that people like that were able to get away with it. It's a shame.